Good morning. On the show today, classical music star Katherine Jenkins is here, and also number one rapper Tinchy Strider. There they are. They're going to be joining us for Sunday lunch and the best of the week's telly. It's something for the weekend. Good morning, welcome to Something for the Weekend. Clocks went back last night, so hopefully, what will people do? They would have
extra.
They would have extra hour.
1 hour extra hour.
I overslept.
Did you? I underslept. I got up at 6:20, running around thinking I was late as usual.
Well, because I use my phone as my alarm clock, so it doesn't ever self-correct on the time, apart from this year. So I put it back. So do you know what I mean? So then it meant that
I've got two phones. I'm like a footballer. I've got two phones, and I sat there
like a footballer.
because they all have two phones. Don't they? Walk around. They have two phones in a little bag, and it's and I couldn't work out whether either of them were going to self-correct, and they both did. Yeah. And I was like, I just was so confused last night. Yeah. What was going on? Anyway, Katherine Jenkins is on the show today, and. She did JY last night. She's gone off to do the NFL match afterwards. She was on Piers Morgan for an hour last night. So we've got nothing left to ask her. it's the dullest
Don't ask
interview.
all the questions that nobody else gets to. That's the thing.
He's done such an in-depth interview. It's going to have to be so fluffy.
lemon drizzle cake. Lemon drizzle cake. That's what we've got to screw about.
Lemon drizzle cake. Yeah. Okay. And Tinchy Strider's here as well, which is brilliant. He's had a brilliant year this year, hasn't he? I've said brilliant twice there because it's so brilliant. And he's had a really good year, and so he's going to come on and tell us all about that. I'm sure you've got questions to ask them, so send us an email. If you have a question that Piers didn't ask Katherine Jenkins, send us an email via our website, bbc.co.uk/something for the weekend, and we'll put your questions to them.
I'm sure she talked about being a domestic goddess, so we can get her in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Piers can't do that, can he?
No.
Right.
We will lead.
We will lead, right.
What I want to know from her is they keep talking about operatic singing, and then there's classical singing, and there's normal singing. What is the difference between them all? For untrained ear like myself, she sounds quite operatic to me. And so what is it to get to that next level? Or is it a next level? Or is it just a different type of singing? I don't quite get it. Do you?
Big point, well put.
When you sing classical music, because a lot of the songs she's doing are more poppy, she's trying to cross over, but it seems to me when you sing classical music, the notes are really long, and pop, they're really short.
Is it to do with, I mean, we'll find this out, but is it to do with the style of your voice naturally and then to do with breathing? Because it's a friend of mine who teaches singing, it's all about...
I don't know, but I tell you what, Piers Morgan didn't have that in his locker, did he? Hey, Morgan! I have no idea after Henry there, but can you guess what year that episode was first shown? I'll give you a clue. It's the same year that last year's X Factor winner and current number one star Alexandra Burke was born. How old is she? 20? 19? 20?
Guessing, yeah, around about 20.
I'm going 89, I think. 89.
What do you think, Katherine?
I don't know, 84, something like that.
Really?
Maybe it's, I don't know. I was born in 80 and it looks, I don't know, it looks like it was before that. Maybe, I don't know.
Amanda?
You said 89. I'll go 87.
87. All right. Welcome to the show, Katherine.
Lovely to be here.
How are you? I've only had 3 hours sleep.
Yes.
I have had 3 hours sleep.
You were performing last night at GAY. We've got a contract with them. We take all their guests straight after. So it seems every week we do it. But you were the first classical artist to perform there. Is that right?
Yes. It was something a little bit different for them. But I've actually always wanted to sing there. You know, so many amazing performers have been there. And I just thought I'd never get an invitation. So.
And how did it go down?
Oh, it was brilliant. I had so much fun, and they were just so welcoming and lovely. And it was just a shame that I had to leave as soon as I sang, and went straight to bed so I could be here this morning. Because
you had a pretty full-on outfit on. Do you want to just talk us through what you? I think we've got a still of it. Hold on.
Well, it is. Oh, there we go. It's a little rubber dress, and all the way down my arm and up my back and across my face, you've got hundreds of Swarovski crystals. Which,
how long did that take?
It took at least 3 hours to put on, just the crystals. They went on one by one yesterday. But it was GAY, and you have to do something. Yeah, you have to go very you have to be very flamboyant.
When you actually go to GAY, obviously do a lot of dancey sort of music or pop.
Yes.
Dance to. Were you doing tracks they could dance to last night?
I did a couple. I on the new album, I've done things like Bring Me to Life and Who Wants to Live Forever, but we had a club mix done just for GAY, so I got to do a couple of those. But then I also did the straight classical pieces as well. I did the theme from The Godfather, and I did Time to Say Goodbye, and in actual fact, they went down the best.
Okay, but the other thing we've got to talk to you about quickly before we move on to your new album is you're singing straight after the show, at 5 o'clock tonight at the Super Bowl.
Yes.
It's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the New England Patriots. It's a 3-hour match. You're going to sing before it. Will you then hang on and watch the game?
I might watch a bit, and then I think with the 24 hours that I've had, I'm going to get an early night because I've got a day of record sign-ins tomorrow all over the country, so yeah, I need a little bit of decent sleep.
Do you know anything about this match at all?
I don't know a lot about it, if I'm honest, because I know of a rugby
the New England Patriots are going to win because the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I don't know a lot about it, I understand, haven't won all season, so they're a bit of a dud team. They're owned by the Glaziers, who also own Manchester United, and they're putting all their money into Manchester United and spending none on the Buccaneers. So basically it's going to be a bit...
Giselle, the supermodel, her husband plays for one of the teams.
Really?
That's all I know.
It's also going up against West Ham Arsenal.
I've seen him in the magazine. All of a sudden, it's more interesting.
It is, yeah.
Right, talk us through the new album, because obviously it's out tomorrow.
Yes, out tomorrow. It's called Believe, and I made it in America with David Foster, and this was my dream album to make, because David did the Bodyguard soundtrack. You know, he discovered Michael Bublé and Celine Dion. He's just incredible.
Playing with the big boys.
Yes, it was a little bit daunting at first, because he has heard these amazing voices.
It's sort of a crossover, isn't it? From classical down to some more poppy type stuff. Is that right?
Yeah, it's definitely my most accessible album. It's the most crossover that I've made.
Why do you want to do that? Because you're so successful in classical music. Why would you want to come into the world of...
Well, it's not a pop album in that, you know, the repertoire is definitely more popular, but I'm still singing in my classical way, and it's all about, for me, encouraging more people into classical music, and I never want anybody to be intimidated by it. Sometimes it feels a little bit elitist and a little bit, you know, purist, and it's just about making it for everyone, and I hope it's the kind of album that, you know, anyone can buy, whether they've never bought a classical album before or if they're a real fan.
But what is the difference? Tim was saying earlier on about classical singing to opera. For the layperson, I don't actually know what is the difference.
Why aren't
in the
you an
singing
opera
voice?
singer?
Okay, so I call myself a classical singer because I trained classically at the Royal Academy of Music. I'm yet, because I'm still too young to do a full opera. So when I do opera, and I've actually been in an opera, I'll call myself an opera singer.
Why too young? Is there an age?
Your voice needs to develop.
Okay.
Yeah.
So your voice is sort of like that at the moment. It needs to develop to that.
Yeah. I'm 30. I'm 29 now.
And
Next
what
year,
percentage more do you have to go to get to opera? Are you like 80% there, or...?
Oh, I hope so. Yeah,
Right.
I'm still
Or
training,
90.
but I'm still training and, you know, trying to get there and everything. But I think people listen to the type of music and will automatically call you an opera singer. But it's impossible, you know, you can't have little children being opera singers. It's just that we sing classical music.
Right, so it's opera 100%. Then,
Yes.
and then so classical's a little bit below that.
Oh no, I think they're both no. No, they're both 100% things. But I think you've got to have done an opera to be called an opera singer.
I see.
And is that on your trajectory? Is that something you do want to do?
What about when you're singing pop? Because the notes are obviously in classical a lot longer, aren't they? Always. Is that right? I mean, I'm getting.
I love the way you're talking about this.
Because I'm
So cute.
We're just genuinely.
I don't understand why, you know, about classical music, classical singing. I don't understand why.
I think with classical music, it's more of a trained sound. You know, a pop voice is usually more of a natural voice. It's just like, you know, somebody would sing. Whereas classical, you have to sort of project more. Plus, you have to sing in so many different languages. So
Right.
there's more training.
So when you're watching X Factor, is it like someone running their fingernails down a
No.
blackboard? You go, oh!
I mean, sometimes, yes. There are.
I like the
a few
twins.
on there.
Come on, the twins.
Well, they're very entertaining.
Oh God.
Proper
I thought that Welsh
entertainment.
girl was good last night.
Yes, she was.
Yeah.
She can hold a note, can't she?
She can hold a note.
Can you
She
sing in
looks
Welsh?
great.
Do you speak Welsh?
Yes.
Everyone
yes.
Welsh speaks Welsh, don't they?
Well, I'm not fluent in Welsh, but I learned Welsh at school.